These are daffodils. Daffodils are a spring blooming bulb early in the spring. And these are tulips, and they're almost all of them as big as a nice big coffee cup. And they come after the daffodils early in the spring, and they're bulbs. Here's some more tulips that just bigger than a coffee cup. Nice early spring bloomers. And here's a daffodil that is looks more like a carnation or a bigger flowers. And this is some tulips that haven't even opened up yet. And this is from the other end of the flower bed. Here's some peonies right here. These peonies are huge flowers. And here's a different kind of peony with a yellow center. I kind of like that one more than the other ones. These big peonies have fewer petals, but I think they're a lot nicer looking flower with the pink petals and the yellow centers. These are Oriental hybrid lilies, the yellow ones. And here's some more Oriental hybrid lilies. I don't much care for that color. Sometimes they're called hardy lilies. And that's one that hasn't bloomed yet. This is called a red hot poker. It's from South Africa, native to South Africa. And here's a bunch of daylilies and hardy lilies, or Oriental hybrid lilies, all blooming at the same time. Daylilies only bloom for one day, and they are completely different flower. The hardy lilies are actually the true lilies. There's all kinds of different colors of them there. That's a red one there. And that's a daylily right there. The foliage is more grass-like, whereas the foliage for the hardy lilies is tall with leaves coming off the side. You can see the daylilies there, and there's a tiger lily sticking up there. That's a kind of a hardy lily. There's more hardy lilies there. You can see how big the bloom is. It's bigger than your hand. And here's some hardy lilies here towards the back of my house. This particular variety, I got them from bricks, and I think they're called tree lilies because they are so huge, and they actually grow taller than a person. This one here, it kept falling over, so I put a tomato cage there to hold it up. And this is a lemon lily, which is a variety of daylily. It just has a yellow bloom. And these are poppies. This is the variety of poppies that were written about in Flanders Field poem about World War I. I think they're just called common poppies. These here they are from my dad's house originally. I'm not sure where he got them, but I've been living here for over 30, well, closer to 40 years now, and those are still the same poppies growing there in the same place for all these years. These are some late blooming tulips that are multi-flowered or multi-petaled. This is an iris, and this is a yellow one. I've got some purple ones that you'll see here later on, but irises are known for their great big huge flowers, and they have some petals that stick up there and then some petals that grow out to the side. You can kind of see it here, the ones coming out the side and the ones sticking straight up. Irises, though, if you compare them to my hand there, are huge. And here's some more of those peonies with the yellow centers, and the petals here are more red than those other ones. My dad used to always talk about the peony blooming by Memorial Day. This is a lupine here. I think they're from Washington State. This is another iris. It's kind of light purple. There's dark purple. This is more of a light blue in here. Some of these irises are from my dad's house. I think the light blue ones are from my dad's house, and the yellow ones are ones I've bought over the years. But I just keep moving them around. The irises here have been moved around a lot, actually. I didn't actually start this flower bed here until, I don't know, around 10 years ago or so. This is a clematis, and it's growing on some poles I put back here going into the garden. And I got dark purple on one side and lavender on the other side. These are some more of those tree lilies, or hardy lilies, and I'm pretty sure I got these from Breck's. As you can see, they're huge. They're about as tall as I am, and these flowers are huge. They smell really good too. Some lilies have really good smells. And here's some more hardy lilies. Here's some more lemon lilies. These are tiger lilies. They're a variety of hardy lilies, oriental hybrid lilies. This is another hardy lily. This is called a Stargazer lily, and it's very strongly perfumed. It's a very good smelling flower. I would like to get some more of these. This is just one bulb that I planted here. I might move it over so it's more in the sun though. And this is a red daylily. When they're side by side, you can see how different the leaves are. This is a hibiscus. They start blooming late in the year. This is a naked lady or a magic lily. There's many names for it, because surprise lily, because the foliage comes up early in the year with the daffodils and then dies back, and then in July it just pops up, just the bloom stalk. These are tall garden phlox, and they're composed of many different little individual flowers, but I included them anyway because the blooms are so big, but they're all just little blooms that are all blooming together. They're called tall garden phlox. There's also creeping phlox. I don't even think that they're related. This is some more of those hibiscus. It's like a big bush, but the woody part of the bush dies back to the ground, and then new stems come up and become woody throughout the year, and then die at the end of the year. They don't really come up very early, maybe late May or June before they actually even come up out of the ground. There's some hibiscuses that are not hardy, but this particular one is hardy. These are cosmos right here, and they're annuals that reseed themselves. In fact, these here have reseeded themselves from where I planted them last year. This is another hibiscus. The bloom isn't quite so big, but it's got a much more intense. It's still bigger than your hand, but it's an intense color of red. Here's the same hibiscus there from the other side. And these are hostas, and you can see how they're composed of a stalk that comes up that has many trumpet-shaped blooms on it, and they smell so good. This is a smaller, I think that's called a calendula, is my guess. I started it from seed. In fact, it's still in a flower pot. You can see there that I just put the seeds in the flower pot. And these are morning glories. They're growing on my potting bench out back. Got morning glories in the fall. That's a marigold right there. And the clematis grows in the spring and the morning glories in the fall. And here's some more morning glories. And there's another, I think these are called reblooming hostas or irises because they bloom again in the fall. We're getting close to the fall, late July or something right now, I'd say, or September or August. This is a moonflower, and it's not hardy here, but I think it is hardy in its natural area. But it's a nocturnal bloomer. It blooms late in the evening and then stays all night long and then dies back with the heat of the morning sun. And it's bloomed by nocturnal insects that fly at night. It's very strongly scented too. Smells very good. They're called moonflowers, and I started these from seed. There's more of those late blooming irises, or reblooming irises. There's more moonflowers. You can see one there beside it there that's done blooming from last night. This is a honeysuckle vine that it's growing on. This is a nasturtium. I planted it with moonflowers because they're both vines. This one doesn't twist, but kind of goes around the vines. It didn't grow as much. Okay, if you thought that was a good video, can you please subscribe and like this video? I would really appreciate it. It helps me out. And thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you next time. Thanks. Bye.